Yo, yo, yo. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everyone. My name is Justin Moore, the founder of Creator Wizard, where I teach you how to find and negotiate your dream brand partnerships. Let me know where you are tuning in from. I'm going live across LinkedIn, YouTube, X. Did I say YouTube, Instagram, TikTok? I don't even know anymore. Live everywhere. And today we are going to be talking about how to get those spring campaign pitches ready. You might be thinking, Justin, it is only February and you're out here talking about Q2. You're out here talking about the spring. Well, you bet your top booty I am. I was about to say you bet your top dollar, but then I combined that with you bet your booty, and it came out to top booty. So I don't know, maybe I'm going to keep saying that now. We're going to have some fun today. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I see lovely Doreen here tuning in on Instagram. Life with Kenya, Tosh, M-A-G-M, Yari Urine. Good to see you here. We've got Delilah. We've got Tony Locke. Good to see you here. And so we're going to have some fun, especially because what I like doing with these kind of workshop-y, boot camp-y type things that we do maybe about once a quarter, I like basically saying like, okay, drop in the chat the types of brands that you want to partner with in the spring, and I will share my screen and I'll share my screen and we'll walk through kind of the research process that I would use to potentially pitch that brand. And it's going to be a learning session today. So I hope you guys are excited for that one. Tasha's saying that they're tuning in from Cape Town, South Africa. Love to hear it. Yeah, drop it in the chat. Where are you tuning in from? Because I really want to know this. Yari says, hey, I'm excited. Love to see it here. My ADV 360 says Western Washington over here. Tony Locke says, been enjoying the book so far. I'm so thrilled to hear that, Tony. For those of you who are just tuning in and have no idea who I am, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to shamelessly put it up here on the screen because what Tony is talking about is my brand new book, Sponsor Magnet. If you see it here in the background, this is a complete distillation of everything that I know about brand partnerships. So if that is something, if you would like to do more sponsorships in 2025 or in Q2, because that's the subject of today's conversation, make sure to pick up a copy. That would mean the world to me. We got Jason Sweat in the chat on Instagram. Good to see you here, Jason. I love seeing all of y'all's profile photos or like your names, because I see so many familiar faces popping in here each week, and it warms my heart. So good to see you here, Jason, as well as the Cali Coupon Chick. We've got Angry Owl Outdoors here. Good to see you here as well. All right, so guys, this is it. We're jumping right into it today with our spring campaign planning. So what this means is I want you to drop it in the chat. What are your dream brands? Who are the brands that you would love to collaborate with in the spring? And I'm going to share my screen and we're going to walk through how I would recommend we reach out to these brands. Okay. So first come, first serve. I'm going to pick the first one that I see on here. The first most interesting one. We've got Tony's tuning in from northern Utah. Idaho here. Snow yesterday and now warm makes it tough to get out and do winter survival videos in wet, nasty snow. Yeah, I hear you on that one because it was negative 20 here in Minneapolis or Minnesota a couple weeks ago, and now it's not that. So it's kind of crazy. All right, yeah. So I do. Oh, and I think Angry Outdoors, you told me that you were hoping to ask a question. I think you DM'd me yesterday about this. So, all right, let's see here. Oh, we got Chef PK in the chat. Bro, what is going on? Paul gave me the most amazing testimonial for my book. I think he said, I'm only 22 pages into it and I already reached out and pitched my dream brand. So love to see it here. I appreciate you tuning in, Paul. All right. So here we go. Cameron Martinez already dropped the brand that he wants to work with, which is Ghost Energy. All right. So Cameron Martinez, Ghost Energy. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I am going to pull up Ghost Energy's Instagram. I'm going to share my screen here. Okay. Share screen, entire screen. Boom, boom. All right. So Here we go. I'm going to pull it out and we're going to dive right in. Okay, so Cameron, we ready for this? Okay, so maybe while I'm doing this, you can drop it in the chat to let me know a little bit more about the type of content that you create. That'll help me with a bit more context as we craft this pitch or kind of figure out what this messaging could be. So, if you've watched my content or you've heard me talk about this a lot, that one of the primary things that I recommend doing when reaching out to a brand is see what they were working on last year. So we're sitting here in February and we're trying to decide, okay, if I want to pitch Ghost, I shouldn't be pitching them for a February campaign because that's too late. They planned those campaigns, 3-6 months ago, right? And so that's why the subject of today's live stream is all around spring pitches, because that's really sitting here in February. That's what you should be focused on, spring or even summer sometimes, depending on how big the brand is, okay? So what I want to do is I'm going to scroll back on Ghost Energy's Instagram. They're probably posting a lot, so it might take a little while. Okay, so this is October. So what I want to know is what types of things were they focusing on last April or last May? Okay, so we're in September here. This is already something that's pretty interesting to me. I'm going to open that because I'm going to go back to that. I'll talk about why in a second here. So this is July, so we're almost there. Strawbango margarita. Okay, here we go. June, we're almost there. Okay, I'm going to open this because I'm opening that. I'm just opening things that I know are probably interesting, and then I'm going to go back to it. Okay, May, here we go. Secure a can. Okay, so here we go. This is pretty interesting. Tapping into festival season, the only way we know how. Don't miss your chance to snag a Ghost Energy Times Insomniac can by entering Secure a Can on the Ghost app on Monday, April 29th. US only. Okay, so the thrust of this pitch, Cameron has a bit more context for us. I create content for movie lovers, mostly in the horror genre, including but not limited to movie recommendations, reviews, healthy alternatives for movie night snacks and drinks. Okay, that's good to know. So let me do this pitch in a vacuum without understanding really the context about your brand, and then we'll talk more about it. So again, this seems like an interesting promotion that they ran in April. The thrust of our pitch should be secure a can in 2025 ? That's the subject line of this pitch to Ghost Energy, right? Because this is a campaign that they ran last year, right? I talk about it in my rope method. R is relevant. So it has to be relevant to something that they've run before, right? They're probably going to open that email. Oh yeah, we ran that secure a can thing in the app last year. What is this email? Let me open this, right? Then that's what sentence 1 is of this email. Hey, I saw that you were running this secure a can app a promo where people have to enter in the app. And so, by the way, what do you think the reason that the brand is doing this is? That they want people to download their app. This is an app install campaign. That's the goal of this campaign, clearly, because you can't enter unless you download the app, right? Okay, and then you tie it into some other content that you already create, Cameron, that illustrates that your audience has an affinity or a connection to this potential brand. So you say, I also share a lot about my favorite, horror movie snacks that I, collect right before I sit down and watch my favorite horror movie. I don't know, this is probably a bad pitch, but this is what I'm thinking here, right? And then you link a video or you link a post or you link a YouTube community post where you talked about that and you polled people, what's your favorite movie night snack? By the way, Cameron, if you don't have anything like this or you don't have content like that or a post like that, you make one. You post on your YouTube community tab and you do this. So you can start. And first of all, you're not doing it just so you can pitch the brand. You're doing it because it's also interesting information to have about your audience, right? You're getting this richer, this deeper texture about your audience that you can use to not only serve them and create content that is useful for them, but it can serve a double purpose, which is pitching Ghost Energy. Okay. And then you're going to say, I would love to help spread the word about this Secure a Can, campaign or this app initiative that you ran last year in the following ways. I can do 3 more, YouTube community posts, or I can do an integration into my YouTube video where I talk about this thing and it goes live on the day that this thing, even though this was only open for 1 hour, maybe it's open for 24 hours. And I do a integration on my YouTube channel about that. Happy to share some results of how I've worked with XYZ brand that drove similar results. Are you free on Thursday at 10 a.m. to talk about this? That's the pitch, Cameron. What do we think of this? So first of all, what do we think of this pitch? No, okay, first of all, how long did it take us to find something relevant to them? 2 minutes? I was opening up some of these other posts because I wanted to illustrate. Here's another thing. They're doing a giveaway for tickets to this event that was happening in September. And so this post was in August. So, hey, are you going to be doing that giveaway again? Awesome. Great to know. That's one idea. Here we go. Here's another one. Ghost B-Day better. Who says Ghost B-Day better than Ghost Energy? So, this is their, I guess this is the birthday of their brand, maybe? Ghost times EDC Electric Limeade. I don't know. So maybe every year on June 1st, they do some sort of birthday promotion or something. It says Ghost B-Day. Ghost B-Day in 2025, that subject line, how about? That's what's going to get your email open, not horror YouTube channel 100K subscribers, question mark. They don't care about you, bro. They don't care about your content. They care about themselves. They care about themselves. They don't care about you. They don't care about your content. They don't care how many followers you have, how many views you get, because lots of people have lots of followers and lots of views. They don't care about that. They care about themselves. And so your pitch has to align itself with that, to help them understand that they can move the needle on their business outcome and their business objectives by sponsoring you. How are we feeling here? Drop a 1 in the chat. Drop a mind blown emoji in the chat if you're just sitting here thinking, Justin, you just rocked my universe here, right? Cameron says, brilliant idea. That was super quick. And yeah, I need to make more snack/drink videos for sure. Y'all, come on here. Give me some validation here in the chat. Give me the money tongue guy or the cash with the wings on it flying or something. I'm just gonna give it to myself because none of you are validating me. Okay, actually there's a delay. Sorry, yes, I see it here. Okay, there we go. Thank you. Yes, please. All right, there we go. Gannon says 11111. There we go. What's up, Gannon? My new friend Gannon. Here, can we just talk about? I hope you're okay with me sharing this, Gannon. But Gannon just DM'd me on Instagram like literally 20 minutes ago, and said, "Dude, I just got your book. I'm so excited to read it. Thank you so much for writing it, etc." And Gannon, like, full disclosure, Gannon was not like on my radar necessarily, like you are now, of course, but like. I didn't, this was amazing. Like so many people have been DMing me that I don't know who had bought the book, and led me down the rabbit hole of Gannon's stuff. And he's doing some amazing stuff. He's got these courses, he's got some cohorts. And I was just like, YOLO, Gannon, dude, how can I get a copy of my book in the hands of every creator who joins your next cohort? And he was like, done, let's figure it out. Dude, this is the way, like, I could easily look at Gannon, like someone like Gannon, as a competitor, right? He is educating creators in, somewhat similar ways that I am. He focuses more on like helping people create their offers and create a sustainable business, help people go full time. I hope I didn't mischaracterize your business, Gannon, but something like that, right? And so he talks about sponsorships and partnerships and stuff like that in his content. But again, like I never look at anyone as a competitor. I always look at how can we lift each other up? For him to be able to go to, the 60, 70 people that come into his cohort and be like, hey, as a bonus for joining, you're going to get a copy of Justin's new book, right? Like that's a win-win for everyone involved. Like I just think anyone who perceives other people in your niches as competitors, you have to flip that around and be like, how can we make this a win for both of us? That's always how I think about these types of things. Gannon says, yeah, that was an absolute no brainer for me. All right, there we go. I love to see it here. And I appreciate you, dude. Appreciate you reaching out, buying the book. It means a lot to me. All right, there we go. I'm seeing some money tongue emojis. I'm seeing, Home Rapid Repair has the money bag. That's my favorite. The big bag with the money symbol on it. I love to see it. Jason says, my book came in, by the way. Jason, you better send me a selfie with the book, bro. That's the cost of admission. If you get the book and it arrives safely, you got to send me the selfie. I don't know if I didn't say that anywhere, but that's the implicit promise that we have here on the live stream. You get the book, you take a selfie, you send it to me. All right, how do we feel about that? All right, so we're feeling good about the first pitch that we did. All right, love to see it here. Bearded IT Dad says, got my books today. Holy cow, I appreciate you very much, Bearded IT Dad. Bearded IT Dad, do I know your name? I feel like I probably know your name, but can you tell me your name again? Because I need to know your name. Because the review that you left on Amazon was so kind, dude, and I super appreciate it. All right. Benji's dad said, this is gold. Love to hear that, Benji's dad. I'm so glad to hear that. It is helpful. All right. Okay. T's Hot Mess History says, thanks for this info. That is a great subject line. All right. I love to hear it. Okay. Let me see who else here is on the IG chat because, okay, here we go. I got another one from Yari. Okay, Yari says, I would love to work with, oh man, I'm going to butcher this. I think I know that this is like a lotion or maybe a shampoo or something because I've seen my wife use this. It is, how do I pronounce this? O-U-A-I. I don't know. Someone give me the phonetic pronunciation of O-U-A-I. We? I don't know what it is, but we're going to do we. Okay. Hair. Okay. See, I knew it. I knew it was something like shampoo because I swear my wife has this like revolving, like products. They just come in and out of the shower and I've never seen these brands and I use them because the shampoo magically appears in the shower. That's the luxury of being married to my wife. She's great. Okay. Way. Okay. My crafty adventure says it's way. Okay. Good to know. All right. So let me share my screen here. And we're going to do the same exercise. Okay, here, let's share my screen, entire screen. Okay, so you're probably gonna notice a theme here, especially when it's a consumer brand. Selfishly, I hope someone in the chat here gives me like a B2B brand, something that is a little bit less obvious. So anyone here who's listening or watching who may not be consumer focused and you want to do like a B2B brand, drop it in the chat because I would love to help you as well. Okay, so let's do way, okay, because that's what everyone's telling me. So again, I want to know, so there's a lot of different things that we can learn from okay, we could do the same thing, right? We could scroll back on Way's Instagram, see what campaigns they were running, last April, May. Of course, we could do that. But every single time we do this, I want to show you something new, okay? Because that's fun. So the next thing that I'm going to do, another piece of breadcrumbs that Way is leaving, is their Instagram highlight shelf. Because this is primo real estate on social media, right? This is like oftentimes if someone lands on a brand's page, this might be one of the first things that they check out, right? And so the very first Instagram story frame in their highlights is the wave spray. So I click on this. This was 4 days ago. Okay, so this is a reel. So they're absolutely keeping this updated. That's a good thing. So probably what I want to do is I want to figure out what is this wave spray. It seems like this is really important to them right now. This is maybe something that they just launched. There's another one on here for their facial. Okay, so here we go. They just launched skincare 1 week ago. 1 week ago, we just launched skincare. So this is what they care about. So probably the subject line is Way skincare launch ? Kind of generic, but might work because everyone is all hands on deck right now for this launch and trying to spread the word in as much as possible about this product. So that could be an angle of the pitch. Okay. What are some other things? HB Miss, this sort of thing. Okay, what's another thing? I want to see what's in there. Like shop.me. So this is a way that I can actually purchase the things right now. So I just want to click here. Where does this take me? So, okay, so here we go. Here's another idea. They've got a 15% off plus promo right now where you can get these mini products if you get a bundle. So this is a campaign that they're running right now. This is like a landing page. Okay, so this is interesting. This is kind of like an education landing page. So I want to know what is on the main page of their website though. Is it that or is it something else? So what you could see here, interestingly, is that a lot of times brands will create specific landing pages to highlight different products. And so what you just saw there was some sort of bundle landing page that they're using to drive people off of social media. But when you go to their main website, they're promoting something different. So right now it's the shampoo plus face cleanser. There's like the time to detox kit or the anti-frizz kit. Maybe they've identified that the January, February, March timeframe, or maybe April timeframe is people are thinking about that. That's like a big thing that people are thinking about. Or here we go. They launched skincare. So this feels like a good focus right now to me, is the skincare stuff. So that's probably what I would lean into. So if I go back to, I can't remember if your name was Yari, but I think it was Yari. If I go back to Yari's profile and I potentially looked at her content, that would be probably the thrust of this pitch. It would be like, again, we're leading with the launch of the skincare, and then you're linking a post where where you are showing and reviewing 10 different skincare items, where you're saying, and you illustrate that your audience follows you for that type of product. They're curious about your opinions about skincare. And again, if you do not have existing content that illustrates that, make that a piece of content that you can obviously be useful for people in your audience, but also double as something that you could pitch the brand. Here's what I would love to do with you. I could create 5 reels that you can repurpose as UGC. We can do a collab post on Instagram. You can use it for paid advertising for 3 months. Happy to share results of how I've helped, this other skincare brand achieve results. XYZ. Are you free on Thursday at 10 a.m. to talk about this? That is the pitch. One thing I hope you realize about my pitching methodology is you do not need to reinvent the wheel. Right? It may seem simplistic. It may seem like, oh, Justin's saying the same things every time. You don't need to make this stuff complicated. You lead with value. Here's what it seems like is important in your universe. Here's how I can establish that I have my audience has organic affinity for your product. Here's what I'll do for you. Yes or no, does this sound interesting? Here's how I have credibility. Here's some proof. End of pitch. You do not need to write 16 paragraphs about how you were raised on a farm and you have 16 siblings and XYZ. By the way, if you were raised on a farm and have that many siblings, let me know. Because I'm just saying, they don't need your life story. They don't care about you. They don't care how many followers you have. All they care about is themselves. And this may feel like kind of a callous assessment, but I'm just being honest here. This is about how you need to get on their radar, and then you can establish a deeper relationship. You can establish a deeper relationship with them after you've already shown that it's not about you. See, this is why, is that they have an existing experience with creators pitching them where it's all focused on narcissism. It's the creator saying, I am hot stuff. I have this many followers. I get this many views. My audience has blah, 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 right? They have all of these different, paragraphs, words, just this wall of text, all about the creator, because they think that that's what they need to say to get the brand excited about working with them. But again, it's just, you cannot focus on you. It's not about you. It's about them and how you can help them accomplish their business objectives. Okay. All right. I'm going to switch back to the tab to see how Yari enjoyed that. All right, Yari, what do we think here? Yes. Okay. Yes. Tell me, how are we feeling here? Are you going to pitch way after this? All right. I want to know. Ooh, Cali Coupon Chick has a good one. How can I pitch actual stores like Five Below, like retailers? Okay, this is a good one. This is going to be the subject of our next pitch. Okay, I see some people here like putting more ideas for brands into the or brands that they want to pitch into the chat. Please keep dropping that because we're on fire today. Will you agree that we're on fire today? Come on, guys, give me some validation. Give me some love in the chat here to agree that we're on fire, because I think that we're on fire. You know what? I'm just going to do it myself because I think that we are on fire. We're going to pitch Five Below in a second here. But for a moment, I want to just quickly answer Bearded IT Dad's question here. Also, do you mind giving me the more details on the difference in your group support and private support options in Wizards Guild? Thank you so much for asking about this. So for anyone listening, so Wizards Guild is my sponsorship coaching program. So I have this program that we started maybe about a year and a half ago it's just like, I think is the highest ROI thing for all the creators that are in the program of anything that we've ever come out with, because it's basically flat fee negotiation advisory, or basically you have a sponsorship coach on speed dial essentially. And so the difference of Wizards Guild from like having a manager or an agent or a broker or something is that we do not take a cut of the deals that we help you land. You keep 100%, and basically it's just a flat fee every month. And so we have creators in there who are doing 6 figures a month on sponsorships. So it's like the crazy ROI. Obviously that's an outstanding, extraordinary example, but a lot of people are clearing 5 figures a month, multi-4 and 5 figures a month doing this. And so to answer your question, it is the difference between private support and group support. So with private support, this is if you do not want anyone to know about any of the deals that you're working on. So basically, when you join private support, you get a private room with our coaches, and so you can drop videos or voice notes or screenshots or email threads, PDFs, whatever you're working on, whatever whatever deals, whatever brands you want to pitch, and you need help with these pitches or negotiation advice, pricing, proposals, like anything's fair game. And so the advice that we'll give you is private. It's 100% confidential. No one will see those deals. So that's the private support. Group support is a bit different in that you still get one-on-one support with our coaches, but when you ask your question, it's in a forum alongside other creators. And so when we respond to you directly, because we still guarantee a response to you directly, but when we respond to you, whether it's like a Loom video or a written response, then other creators can also read our response and learn and benefit from that interaction and negotiation as well. And so the other added benefit is that you also get to learn and read and observe others' negotiations as well. And so that's the group support versus the private support. So that's hopefully that makes sense. Bearded IT Judge says, I just bought another book to give to a friend. Bro, I appreciate that so much. Did you say your name somewhere? Because maybe I missed it up in the chat. Because I need to know it. I need to know your name. Dakota. Okay, I'm not going to forget that now. Dakota. Bearded IT Dad is Dakota. And I'm not going to forget that because I'm going to do this mental exercise. North and South Dakota. It's not that far away from me here in Minnesota, Dakota. Bearded IT Dad. See? I hope you don't mind that I just did that right on the fly. Okay. We are doing, and by the way, Bearded IT Dad, can you, if you have any other questions, like DM me, like send me an email, like obviously happy to answer them. And of course I would love to have you in the program. I think you'd be such a great candidate. I think I remember you telling me that you cleared like 40 or 50K in sponsorships in the last year or something like that you wouldn't have otherwise had. So dude, I'm just going to say it. Like, let's invest some of that money in making even more money. Like, come on, let's go. All right. Okay. So let's do Five Below. Okay. So let me pull up Five Below, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do something a little bit different that I wasn't planning on doing, but just because I think this will be like interesting and fun. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to share my screen, and actually let me complete this search. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen here, and what I have done is I have done the following Google search: Five Below Influencer Marketing Manager, LinkedIn. This is the magic search query that I talk about in my book sponsor Magnet to use when you're trying to find potentially who might be the best fit to reach out to for these collaborations. So the reason that I'm doing this is that I want to look at some of these profiles to ascertain and understand what does it seem like the brand cares about right now. So I clicked on Jennifer Hagen's profile. She is a marketing manager at Five Below, and there's not a ton of information. So she's not posting anything on LinkedIn, so not super useful. I'm going to look at more profiles for you because oftentimes in this side panel here, there's a lot of really interesting stuff that we can glean. So here's Abhinav, which is the VP of Digital Marketing. That might be kind of interesting. Amanda is the Senior Manager for Brand, Social, and Affiliate Partnerships. That's kind of interesting. And yeah, so she works at Five Below, so that's good to know. Okay, so she's going to be a potentially great candidate. Abhinav is the VP of Digital, so he might be a little too senior, but this is pretty interesting. So Abhinav, I'm also looking to see if anyone at Five Below is making any posts. So Dana is the Director of Brand Marketing. I'm going to open that. Let's check out Dana. Dana isn't making a ton of posts, but she did comment on something here. So let's open this here. Okay, so here we go. So 1 month ago, here we go. I'm YOLOing it here. I wasn't planning on doing this. But here we go. So 1 month ago, Five Below posted on their main LinkedIn page, "We recently hosted first-year students from Drexel University's fashion and merchandising department. They had the opportunity to tour Wowtown, explore our brand, and gain insights into careers in merchandising and marketing. It was a pleasure sharing our journey." And so then Dana, who's the Director of Brand Marketing, said, "So happy to be a part of this." So wow, this is a cool initiative. Five Below is partnering with Drexel University and maybe other universities. I don't know. Interesting. Are they? I don't know. Interesting. So Callie Coupon Chick, who asked about Five Below, this is the thrust of our pitch. Wow. I saw that you had a bunch of first-year students from Drexel out to Wowtown, and we could Google, like, read more about Wowtown and, kind of check this out. I was curious, is this an initiative that you're doing frequently? Are you partnered with other universities? In fact, I'm based in California. Are you partnering with any California universities? Because if you are, maybe I could help, drum up excitement and support about this initiative. I could go out there. I could interview some of the students at this because again, I focus on Callie couponing. This is my whole brand. Let's figure out a way to partner and spread the word about this cool initiative. That's the pitch. Callie Coupon Chick, how are we feeling about this pitch? Is this exciting to you? This is pretty exciting to me. Like, one thing that I hope, one of the reasons that I love doing this is to show you that this stuff is not hard. I think a lot of times as creators, we get into our head and feel as though, it's just pitching brands. It's just so much work. I don't have time to do this. Like, I don't really even know what to say. I feel this block. Okay. And then, you know what? Because it feels hard, I'm just not going to do it. I'm going to go back into my cave and I'm just going to create content. I'm going to go make a reel again, because that's what I really love doing. And then you look at your bank account and you feel like, okay, well, man, I'm spending all this time and all this money trying to make this, creator thing work. And, but I'm not making the money to keep the lights on, or to not even just to survive, but to thrive. And so I hope, one of my goals, frankly, with doing these live streams that I've been doing every frickin' week for 3 years, my goal is to show you that you can do this. This is not a secret. I'm not gatekeeping anything here, right? You can do this. You don't ever have to pay me a dime. In fact, I don't care if you do. All the courses and the coaching and all that stuff that I have is just here as a resource for you. As a backstop, if you just want a second pair of eyes on this pitch you're about to send out, or this proposal you're about to send out. Hey, does this pricing look right? But you don't need to. You can do this. I want to empower each and every one of you to do this. Okay. All right. Are we feeling good? Are we feeling excited? Are we feeling jazzed? I want to go see what Callie Coupon Chick is saying here. Callie Coupon Chick says, wow, yes, that is a great idea. I would have never thought about that. It opened my mind on this. So simple and so effective. Y'all, can we, I love the instant mindset shifts that we're seeing here in the chat. Are we feeling here? Holy cow. Hold on a second here. Dakota Snow from the Bearded IT Dad just joined Wizards Guild. Let's go. Let's go, Dakota. I'm so excited, man. Dude, Bianca here in the chat is doing this. Bianca's on my team. And so she's our resident hype woman here on the Creator Wizard team. And so there we go. We are excited, so excited to have you in the program, Dakota. This is just absolutely made my day, bro. I appreciate it. And I'm so excited to help make 2025 your year. Not Your Friend said, so glad. Well, first of all, Not Your Friend. Jeez. Not Your Friend? What's your name, Not Your Friend? Because we're friends. Come on. So glad I got your book, Justin. You have leveled up my pitching game tremendously. There we go. Let's go. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna pull that specific comment up on the screen. You want to know why? Because that's dope. Like, let's just go here. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna screenshot it. I'm gonna screenshot it right here. I'm gonna point down it like this. Like, see, I'm doing it. There we go. I did it. Not Your Friend. We're friends now. Okay, and now I gotta pull up my banner again. Okay, there we go. Let's see here. Nell Full of Life says, I love how everything rolls right off your tongue. Well, you know what? First of all, I appreciate that you say that, but I also at the same time want to say that I've been doing this for a really long time. I've done hundreds and hundreds of pitches over the last, 10 or 15 years that my wife and I have done this. So it does, it comes with a lot of practice, but it's going to feel a little scary initially doing it, for sure, doing this research. Is this the right angle to pitch them? Should I pitch this something else? Should I pitch this person instead of this person? And so there is a lot of uncertainty in the beginning. I totally understand that. But once you get past that initial phase and realize that, you know what, if I get rejected or if I get ghosted, you know what, it's just not really the end of the world. It's not no, it's not yet. This is my whole philosophy for life and business. It's just like, it wasn't meant for me right now. And that's okay. In fact, I'm just going to be totally shameless and tell you one thing I am pitching right now. I literally just did a pitch like yesterday evening because I am planning a trip with my wife for her 40th birthday. And I totally shamelessly pitched the resort that I want to go to. I bought the airplane tickets already, but I haven't booked our stay because I am trying to strike a deal with the hotel to collaborate somehow. And the first person that I pitched at the hotel has not responded. I've pitched them twice. I pitched them on LinkedIn several times and then also via email, and they have not responded to me. And so I found someone else who's like more senior to that person, and I pitched them yesterday. I'm shameless, guys. I'm totally shameless with this stuff. And again, if it doesn't work out, it's fine. It's not the end of the world, but I'm like shooting my shot. Why not? What it could turn into something potentially awesome. And you know, who knows, right? All right. I'm gonna take a swig here and look for some more people to pitch. Okay. Bearded IT Dad says, or Dakota, now I know it's Dakota. Dakota says, I would love to pitch a brand to fly me out to a conference and cover the expenses. There we go. I love to hear it here, but we're not going to just help you do that. They're going to not only fly you out, cover the cost, but also pay you. Dakota, come on. We got to make this happen. All right. Oh, not your friend said his name is Clyde. All right, Clyde, we're friends now. We're on a first name basis. Clyde, Justin, nice to meet you. We're friends. My Crafty Adventure says, Justin, this seems so overwhelming to me. I just don't know where to start. I'm eager for your book to arrive. You know what? The book is going to be a great place because I feel as though it's an awesome primer for kind of going down this road and giving you the confidence to just interact with brands, understand, just not take it so personally, not be so overwhelmed with the process. And so really appreciate you purchasing the book. And guys, just hold the phones here real quickly. I didn't even mention this. I got to just pull this out here. I don't even remember where we were at during the last live stream. But guys, some crazy news here. We just passed 1,500 books sold of Sponsor Magnet. And if you take a quick look there at the 10K copies challenge, we are over halfway there for the private live pricing workshop. So if you're just tuning in, you have no idea what I'm talking about. I have this thing called the 10K copies challenge, where every time we hit a book milestone by April 21st, everyone who orders is going to unlock all of these bonuses. So we have already hit the first bonus, which was the 1,000 copies. So you got emailed this video, or by the way, if you're buying it now, you will get emailed. So even if you haven't bought it, you will. You got this video that called How I Responded to a Brand That Rejected My Pitch. It was a secret video that I made for people once we got to 1,000. And the next milestone, the next tier, is this private live pricing workshop. So you should never wonder again how much you should charge. Okay. So if you want to, see that number tick up 1 or 3 or 10 or 100, whatever, like you can do that too. That's cool. Then go buy the book. Go buy it for some friends. Dakota just said, I bought my 4th book today. Dakota, bro, you are an absolute legend. You bought your 4th book today. Are you kidding me right now? Bro, I seriously appreciate that, man. By the way, can I ask, why are you doing that? Are you buying it for friends who are creators? Or this is really interesting to me because, obviously that's a dream, is like somehow there's like almost like a virality factor to the book where it's like giftable, or there's like a reason like, hey, you're trying to be a creator, here, buy this book. I very much wrote the book hoping that would happen, but I don't know, just the fact that it seems like it is giftable in that way is really exciting to me. Yeah. Bearded IT Dad says, I want to see you hit 10K. That's very nice of you. Dakota, I appreciate that, bro. I'm just gonna do it, dude. I appreciate that, man. Honestly, truly, that means a lot to me. Yeah, just like random other side note today, I posted this on Twitter. By the way, if you don't follow me on X, that's like where I post a lot of my kind of behind the scenes musings of like building this business and everything. And I posted that, I was about to be on a podcast that gets like 10,000 downloads an episode. And this is probably the largest podcast I've ever gone on. And I just was on it right before this live stream. And I was super nervous. Like the whole morning, I was supposed to be doing something else. And I was just like, I had my stomach in knots. I had butterflies. I was just like, I don't know. I was just really nervous leading up to it. But guys, I think I totally crushed it. Oh yes. I think, sorry, that sounds so stupid. But yeah, I think I prepared. I felt poised. I was a little like kind of tightly wound when I was giving some of my answers. I think it went well though. I think it went well, and I'm pretty excited for it to come out. One really interesting thing about this whole podcast tour thing that I've done for the last, 3 months, I've been on, close to 60 podcasts, I think, over the last like 3 months, which was exhausting. But also it very much is a thing that like, when you are a guest on certain podcasts, there's certain people who notice that, especially people who have larger podcasts than that. So it's like almost this like trading up thing. Like in the beginning, I was just like, anytime anyone would reach out to me for a podcast, I would just be like, yeah, sure. Like you have 0 reviews on Apple Podcasts. I don't care. I would do the podcast. Right. And that was my rule for years. I don't even know how many podcasts I've recorded over the last 5 years. And so, but what happened is I would be like, someone would hear that one and they would have like 5 reviews on Apple Podcasts or whatever. Like, oh, that one's slightly bigger. And then someone would hear that one and it would be like 10. And it would just be like slowly trading up. And the podcast that I was just on, I think they have almost like over 1,000 like ratings on Apple Podcasts. So it's one of the largest podcasts in this space. And it's just crazy how that works, because I only got on that one because they had heard me on another podcast that was smaller. So I don't know. I get questions from people of like, how have you built this business over the last couple of years? It seems like you've kind of like dominated this space. And the honest answer is I said yes to everything for like years. Only now over the last, year or so have I had the, I think, kind of luxury to just stop saying yes to everything, because I couldn't do it all. I didn't have the bandwidth. But like, that's honestly my advice is like, if you want to do this, if you want to become that person, that guy or that gal in your industry or in your niche, there's no hack, there's no shortcut. It was pure grit. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. It was pure grit. And yes, I'm thankful that now I can kind of take my foot off the accelerator a bit, to try to focus on some of these longer term initiatives and projects. But yeah, man, it was a lot. It was a lot to get here for sure. All right. Back to it, back to some brand contact or some spring campaign pitch strategy stuff. This straw is not long enough. So I'm going to unscrew this. I should have refilled this before this, but I didn't, because I was on a podcast. Okay. Let's see here. Let me scroll back to Instagram. Salt and Stone Knits. Hey, Justin, I'm not sure if you have time for another one, but what about a company like Patreon? Also, I'm looking at or limiting myself to digital services because my audience is mostly in the US, but I'm based in Europe, and I feel like my favorite product brands wouldn't want to work with me. That's really interesting. So I have another brand that I was going to do, but I just want to address this mindset. I think it's, forgive me, but I think it's kind of a limiting belief. First of all, it's not about you. You say your favorite product brands are based in the US, or your favorite product brands wouldn't want to work with you because you're based in Europe. And yes, of course, that a lot of your audience is based in the US. I think that you're going off of your gut a bit too much with this decision of who you should pitch. I think actually the next best step for you would be to do a survey to your audience that learns some more about them beyond the demographics, beyond the geographics. Yes, of course, that's helpful information. But I think a more important thing to learn is what is going on in your audience members' lives. What types of problems do they have? What's keeping them up at night? What types of jobs do they have? Are they married? Do they have kids? What types of products would they love to see you sell or offer that you're not currently, and why? Are there other people that your audience would love you to see you collaborate with in your industry, and why? When you start asking some of these deeper questions to your audience, you might uncover something pretty fascinating that you never knew. So for example, I'm assuming that Salt and Stone Knits, you do knitting on your page. I'm assuming. I'm not trying not to make any assumptions, but I think. What if you discovered that 35% of your audience is homeschooling their children? I don't know. Maybe there's some sort of parallel where people who they like to knit, but they also are homeschooling. There's just like an overwhelming majority or segment of your audience that is like that. And they're telling you like, man, it's really hard for me to juggle my passion for knitting because my kids are home all the time and I don't have a lot of me time. Or I'm juggling some other issue, right? Maybe a partnership with the Calm app might be interesting. You can steal, that 10 minutes or that 15 minutes just for yourself. You go in a room, you turn on the Calm meditation app, and that will help, get you centered, help you feel refreshed, and maybe feel as though you now have the time to carve out, for your knitting or whatever. I'm making this up. I don't know. But short of absent of that information, that deep understanding of your audience, of course you're going to pitch Patreon, or of course you're going to pitch your favorite, product brands, because that just seems like, well, what is the stuff that would like align with my content that I'm creating? And I bet you could think of a pretty creative way to integrate Calm into your content. Is this unlocking anything for anyone? Drop a 1 in the chat. Drop the thinking person if this is unlocking something. Maybe even the mind blown emojis for anyone. Is this unlocking anything? Yeah. Okay. Salt and Stone Knit says, yeah, knitting and now kittens. So that's already a big overlap. All right. So I hope this is I hope this is like unlocking something for you. Yeah. She's saying, yeah, survey is a great idea. Love to hear it. I really hope that this is helping some of you, because this is, seems like we got an unlock here from Salt and Stone Knits. All right, let's see here. Tony says, Justin, I would love to pitch Opus Clip or Best Buy. All right, let's see here. Opus Clip or Best Buy. So why don't we do Best Buy? Because I like doing retailers. That's fun to me. Okay, so let's do, what are we going to do again? This is also introducing another interesting layer that we can talk about here. So let me share my screen again. I'm going to share the entire screen. There we go. Boom. Okay, so I typed our magic search query again, right? Best Buy, influencer marketing manager, LinkedIn, right? So I'm going to pull up Emma Heaton here. I'm going to pull up Katie Schultz here. I'm going to pull up, wow, there's a lot of people that are in influencer marketing. That's already pretty interesting to me. Okay, so marketing leader driving enterprise strategy for affiliate influencers and creator commerce. So looks like affiliate is like a big deal for her. Okay, so like 2024 LTK, which is, what is it? Like to know it, love to know. I can't remember what it is, something like that. So that's interesting. We're going to read that later. Katie Schultz is the associate influencer marketing manager at Best Buy. Oh my God, I couldn't have planned this better. Okay, guys, look what Katie reposted 3 months ago. Join our team. Let's open this post. Join our team. We are hiring a marketing specialist to join the Best Buy influencer team. This role will support the execution of influencer campaigns across TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. If you know anyone on Instagram, okay, let's view the job. No longer accepting application. That's okay. And you want to know why that's okay? Because we can still read the job description. Best Buy is telling us everything they need help with. This is 3 months ago. They are teleporting to us. They're putting in directly into, not teleporting. What's the telekinesis? They're putting this into our brain and they're saying, here's what we need help with. We're growing our influencer team. So here we go. Responsible for supporting the execution of the campaigns, working closely with the marketing manager and the senior manager. Okay, so we know this person's junior, right? Because they're a specialist. Must be excellent at project and task management. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Work closely. Okay, lead data collection and reporting using our influencer campaign dashboard. Okay, so they're using software tooling. So this feels like a pretty big strategy to them. Okay, blah, 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 blah. This is great. Which means you're coming into the office on some days. This is great. Okay, here we go. Experience working with influencer marketing and tooling. So here's a big thing that we know. This is probably their primary platforms that they care about right now, which is TikTok, Meta, and YouTube. If you are a creator that is not on those platforms and you're trying to pitch them, hey, you should work with me on LinkedIn. I have a big LinkedIn following. A bunch of tech people follow me. It's probably not going to work out because it seems like that's not a platform that they're investing in right now. Is this making sense? Is this helping? Okay, so again, job descriptions can be gold. Gina Toole is the influencer marketing manager at Best Buy. She also is posting about that. Influencer marketing manager a couple of years. So she went from being the account manager to the associate influencer marketing manager to now the influencer manager. That is useful. Other posts that she made. Okay, there was the same specialist role. Okay, their team is hiring. Best Buy ads account management. Oh, this is interesting. So a year ago, can we still open this one? I don't know if we can. I'm kind of going down a rabbit hole. Oh, that one's expired. That's a bummer. So that one's expired a bit. Let's go back and see any other people. Okay, here we go. Influencer marketing specialist. So maybe this is the person who got hired. I don't know. And we'll see how long they've been on. Okay, so they've been on since December. So it looks like Hannah was the person who was hired. Awesome. Okay, good to know. And Hannah she has several, posts on here. So she posted 5 months ago that she was resigning from her previous, from her previous agency. So this is actually an interesting comment here. I'm just kind of going down the rabbit hole here. So Hannah used to work at Carmichael Lynch, which is an agency. Okay, and so she she was working across several different brands, Hostess, Valspar, HGTV. You can see the clients that she was working on. And so she's very, very much accustomed to working across quite a few different brands. And so it seems as though this is her first role on the brand side. And so her ability to narrow in on just this brand is going to be really important because she's probably used to working across a lot of different campaigns for a lot of different brands. And so again, one of the reasons that I want to do this kind of rabbit hole where I'm like drilling, trying to understand what it seems like, what are the angles that we can pitch when we reach out to someone like, Hannah or someone else on their team, is getting accustomed and understanding how experienced is their team. Have they done influencer marketing before? Clearly, Best Buy is very experienced. They have 1, 2, 3, 4. I count 4 people on their influencer team alone. There may be more. I could have kept looking probably, but they're not dumb. Let's put it that way. So you trying to lean in and, kind of frankly condescend to them potentially about, hey, you are doing it this way. You should have been doing it this way or should do this way. Probably not a great play. However, if you're reaching out and pitching a brand who has no one with a title influencer marketing manager or no one even remotely close to doing something like this, maybe that is time to lean into your expertise and your credibility and your experience, being on the internet for 10 years or whatever. And so a big part of this is just kind of doing a pulse check of like, how experienced does it seem like their team is? And that may inform or change the thrust of your pitch. So let's say, for example, what I'm going to do is I'm probably not going to pitch a consulting angle to Best Buy. I'm probably not going to do that. Right? Because they're experienced. But someone else, I might pitch that. I might say, hey, I would love to sit down, have a Zoom, lunch and learn with your team and share a few, ideas of how I think you could, double down on your social media strategy or influencer strategy or something like that. right? And so a big part of this comes down to just like doing your research and educating yourself around the process. So Tony, I hope this gives you some ideas about just doing your own research. Obviously, we didn't come up with like an idea to pitch them, but that's trivial. You can go to their LinkedIn or you can go to their Instagram, like what I did before, and kind of find an idea. But I just wanted to show you a couple different angles of how you could pitch them. My Crafty Adventure says, Justin, you just gave me the best idea. I would love to collab with Dr. Teals, and I just noticed that they haven't posted on IG since October. It is time to reach out. My Crafty Adventures is funny because my wife has actually done a partnership with Dr. Teals before, so there's a bit of inside baseball. So it's awesome. You did that research. You could see you have no idea what is happening on their end and as to why they have not posted on IG. But I'm assuming that your pitch is going to be like, hey, let me create some content for you. Let's get back on that content, train. I'll create, this content on autopilot for you. I can cross post it. I can do XYZ. Let's talk. What do we think here? Paul, Chef PK says, currently scanning LinkedIn for marketing teams. I found 3 leads. Making pitch documents now. Making pitch documents now. Let's go. Let's go. How are we feeling here? Guys, drop it in the chat. How are we feeling? The 50s Fight Club, Beverly Uzel, Anika Cupido. Let me know how we're feeling here in the chat. Guys, we just broke 100 concurrent viewers on the live chat. Let's go. Let's go. Guys, man, when I started doing these live streams, I had, I don't know, maybe like 5 people here every week. So the fact that it's gone, I don't know, 100 people. Do you realize how many people 100 people is? Like that is so many people. If you had 100 people in a room, that would feel like a huge crowd. And so the fact that 103 of you, actually 110 of you are here and you show up every week, from the bottom of my heart, it really, really means a lot to me. We got Roger Wakefield, YouTube royalty in the house here. Roger, bro, what is up, man? Y'all. Roger, good to see you, man. It was awesome to chat with you at VidSummit. And bro, I still have that tumbler that you gave me, that very, very kind gift that you gave me at VidSummit, dude. It's I was just drinking out of it the other day. So I appreciate you very much, man. Good to see you here. Benji's dad says, sorry if I missed this, but is LinkedIn Premium recommended? So I have LinkedIn Premium. I think it's hugely valuable for 2 main reasons. One is that I just send a lot of LinkedIn messages. They're called InMail, and you get more when you have LinkedIn Premium. And then the other reason to have it is that if you have the basic version of LinkedIn, at some point, if you have viewed too many people's profiles, it basically like shuts it down and you can only view like basic details about that person. And so I think it's worthwhile. Yeah, it's like, several $100s, or I think I just renewed, but I can't remember how much it is, but it's not cheap. But if sponsorships are like a primary way in which you make money, probably a good investment if you're constantly looking up and reviewing people's profiles and reaching out and so on. Roger said, sponsorship is what it's all about. You rock. Roger, maybe you can go on a little rant here in the chat about how profound sponsorship has been as a revenue stream for you and your business. Roger does, for those of you who don't know, he does plumbing education. So I'm sure that you have every frickin' plumbing company or any industry even tangentially related to plumbing or plumbers in your DMs, and you've been doing this for a long time, right? And so imagine what Roger represents to all of those companies. Look, dude, if I am a large plumbing supplies company, and my major customer is contractors and not consumers, right? I'm not selling into Home Depot or Lowe's, or maybe I am, whatever. Maybe I have both sides of the business, right? I have contractors, professionals, I have consumers, whatever. And I have a $10 million a year marketing budget, whatever, $5 million, whatever, like the largest company, right? They're sitting here thinking, how do we spend this money? Well, we could spend this money in the industry trade magazine. That's the dinosaur that everyone reads. And that's what we've always done. And it costs $17,000 to have our ad in there, whatever. We could run Facebook ads, maybe trying to target audiences that we're thinking are the professional contractor that we want to target, whatever, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Or maybe we could reach out and partner with the key opinion leader on social media, which is Roger Wakefield. We'll get his content. We'll repurpose it. We'll put it on our platforms. We'll put it on social media. We'll run paid ads with it. It's way more credible now since this is someone that people know. He's the luminary in his industry. So this is really seriously meaningful stuff. You have to put your hat on as if you were the brand. And so again, a lot of people say like, oh, I'm so niche. What brand would ever want to work with me? I have this really this big focus. Look, the more niche you are, the better. You're a gigantic fish in a small pond. Hold on a second here. Roger says, my first sponsorship was for $390,000 per year. This stuff really does work. Guys, come on here. Let's drop a huge golf clap. Not even a golf clap, a roarous applause, a thunderous applause for Roger here in the chat. $390,000 sponsorship in his first year. You know what? I'm going to pull that one up on the chat, Roger. And I'm just gonna, come on, guys. Come on. I'm going to do the screenshot. I had to do the screenshot, Roger, because that is absolutely insane. Paul from Chef PK says, my niche is anime food. I am the most niche creator. Exactly. And if Paul is wheeling and dealing over here, then you can wheel and deal. All right. Salt and Stone Knit says, my comment have been weird during this live, but pre-ordered your book and I immediately dove in, loving it so far. Thanks for these amazing lives and the advice to survey. We'll implement it ASAP. You're very welcome. And thank you for showing up every week. It always means so much to me, y'all. I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday, a wonderful rest of your week. And by the way, guys, I would be remiss if I didn't mention this. But guys, Sponsor Games, my very first in-person event, is 5 weeks away. Y'all, what are we even talking about here? I'm going to just pull it up here on the chat because I want to just real quickly talk about this. Because if you have not bought your ticket yet, early bird pricing for the next tier, which is $300 off, ends soon. Okay, so real quickly, why am I doing a sponsorship event? So I've been attending, conferences, creator-focused conferences for years. And there would always be like one or two or maybe three talks about sponsorships. And I was like, what are we even doing here, guys? Like, this is the number one way that my wife and I are making money, as well as everyone that I know. Why is there not more talks devoted to this? Heck, why is there no event devoted to this? I thought this way for years, 10 plus years. And finally, after I started educating creators around this stuff, I was like, you know what? It's me. I'm the guy. I'm going to be the guy to make this event because I have no dog in this race. I am not on the industry side. I am not a manager. I'm not an agent. I'm not taking a cut of anyone's deals. I am the ultimate creator advocate, I think, because I'm saying, hey, you keep everything, right? I'm not trying to take a cut of you. Let me give you advice, educate you so that you can make more money, right? And so I just decided, you know what? This is terrifying, but I'm going to put a bunch of my own money on the line because I want this event to exist. And so basically I'm taking my 8-step sponsorship wheel framework that I talk about in my book and my course, and I'm turning it into 8 games that you're going to play to master these concepts. We've got the pitch game, the negotiate game, the contract game, the concept, the production game, the feedback game, the publish game, the analyze game. And we're going to be doing real time. You're going to be working with other creators to practice these things in real time. Imagine being able to do real time pitch practice and negotiation practice and get feedback from our coaches, guys. And there's going to be 8 finalists from this event who are going to advance to the sponsor tank. 8 finalists, and there's going to be a judges panel of real partnership marketing managers at brands who are going to be judging these pitches, and one lucky person is going to walk away with $5,000 cash. Has anyone ever heard of a freaking event like this? Because I haven't, and this is going to be so much fun. So I would love for you to join us. It's going to be such a blast. I am putting $50,000 of my own money on the line here. Actually, more than that. It's going to be closer to $60,000 with the venue and the catering. We're going to have such amazing food. We're going to have this opening party with amazing just catering and just like, we're doing the whole thing. It's going to be so fun and so awesome. And so I would just love it if you come so I don't lose money, because I want this to exist. I don't want to lose money. I want this to exist. I'm taking a big swing here, but this only works if you come. So will you buy a ticket? Will you come? I understand. Look, I understand. Like, money is not infinite. It's, you got to buy a plane ticket and, hotel and all that if you're not local to San Antonio. I understand that. I totally empathize and I understand with that. I understand that. But if you can swing it, if you can do it, I would absolutely love for you to be there. It's right on the Riverwalk. We rented out the Briscoe Western Art Museum, so the vibes are like immaculate. We're gonna have so much fun. So, all right, who's coming? Who is gonna raise their hand and saying, you know what, Justin, I don't know if I was planning on coming before, but you know what, this just convinced me. You give a very compelling pitch for this event. Who's gonna come? Drop it in the chat here. Who's gonna come to Sponsor Games? I'm very excited about this. I'm gonna take a swig because I want to see. I want to see if anyone is thinking this. They're like, you know what, this sounds so dope. Well, Salt and Stone Knits says doing the praise hands emoji. So I don't know if that means you're coming. I don't know. Tell me. Motivational Mark Dorcius says, thank you for setting up this community. I plan on attending and bringing a friend with me. Mark, bro. Okay. Well, this is a perfect time to tell you that I'm going to give you 30% commission. If you bring a friend, I'm going to give you a 30% referral discount on your friend's ticket. This is something I've been telling people who bought their ticket already, that, hey, if you bring a friend, I'll give you 30% commission. But so DM me, because I'm going to hook you up. What's up, baby? Come here. I'm ready for the weekly cameo. Come here, baby. I was just telling people that everyone needs to come to the event.
Please do. I'm going to be there.
April's going to be there.
I'm going to help. Yes. Hi, friends. How are you?
We just had someone join the coaching program live, honey.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
They straight up, I convinced them live.
Wow. Thank you for joining.
We got Roger here saying, I am checking the dates. I love San Antonio. Roger.
Cool.
Bro, it's March 16th to the 19th, man. Dude, that would be so amazing for you to come, Roger. I would love it.
Oh my God. Angry Owl Outdoors says, if you give me a ticket, I will drive there from Idaho and do a car camp video. Oh, dude, that's so cool.
That would be dope. Tony from Simplify Gardening says, I've been shouting out your book to all my creator mates, all of which have ordered or already bought. Bro.
Wow.
Dude, thank you so much, Tony. Tony, I don't know if I told you, Tony, Simplify Gardening, honey, he sold 30,000 copies of his book in the first year, I think you said, or was it first week? I don't know. Something crazy.
Tony,
yeah.
That's so cool.
He's legit.
Wow, that's amazing. Hi, Bianca. How are you? 2 emergency surgeries. I'm sorry, Delilah.
No worries. Next time, Delilah. Hope you're okay.
Yeah, I get to meet you one day, Delilah. That'll be so cool.
My Crafty Adventures, my B-Day. Maybe I need to attend.
Hey, oh, yeah. I mean, that sounds like a fun birthday, like celebration.
We've got...
TC is me is here. Hi, Alice. Mommy's Life. Grounded in Maine podcast.
Grounded in Maine.
That's so cool. I'm here with the babies. I just picked them up.
Thank you, baby.
Yeah.
First month, 30,000 copies in the first month he sold.
Oh my God.
That's crazy.
Are you wow, that's insane. Congratulations. That is a huge accomplishment.
You know, one of the reasons why I decided to do the 10K copies challenge was because of Tony. Because he was giving me these ideas of like, how can you kind of gamify this idea of like getting people to, everyone gets unlocks something if you buy more copies. So I have you to thank for that inspiration. Tony, I'm curious, where did you sell all those? Was that just off your YouTube channel or a newsletter or what? I'm really curious. Thank you, baby.
I'm gonna go refill just.
Okay, thank you. It's empty. Thank you, baby. I'm about to end the live actually because I'm over. Bye, baby. Am I bringing a video crew to San Antonio? You know it, man. Yes, I actually just signed the contract with a videographer. The videographer is actually based in Austin, but they're traveling down to San Antonio for it. Yeah, dude, doing the whole thing. I'm not doing a live stream of the event. I actually thought about how could I do that? How could I sell like virtual tickets to the event? Because I understand like not everyone can travel. But I had a lot of meetings with the videographer about like, how can we pull this off? The trick was though, is that, you can imagine like people are doing these like real-time pitches and they're negotiating and they're kind of practicing this stuff. And I feel as though it would detract from the learning experience if you kind of had a camera in your face. And thanks, baby. Thank you so much, honey. Oh,
bye, friends. I didn't get to say bye. Have a good week, you guys.
Thank you, sweetie. I appreciate that. I ran out. Thank you.
You gotta drink your water.
I know.
Sir.
Thank you, baby. I thought as though having a camera in everyone's faces would detract from the learning experience or potentially make people feel more self-conscious about learning. And at the end of the day, my primary goal with this is for you to learn. It's an outcome focused event. And so I scrapped the live stream idea because at the end of the day, my goal is for you to learn, is to walk away from this feeling more confident in your interactions with brands. And so I just had to, that was the North Star. And so, yeah, it'd be awesome to be able to sell a bunch of virtual tickets. But I don't know, maybe we'll figure out how to do it in future years. But yeah, couldn't figure it out this one. If you guys have any other ideas of like how I can make a virtual ticket work, yeah, couldn't figure it out for this one. Simplify Gardening, Tony says, newsletter, YouTube channel. I did a ton of lives with other creators before the launch and book signings. Man, okay. That, yeah, I've been doing a lot of those things. I haven't done really book signings other than like to the, the street team. Lives with other creators. I've done about a bunch of podcasts with other creators, but maybe I need to do more lives. Yeah, that's an interesting one. All right. Anyways, y'all, would love to see you at Sponsor Games. Appreciate you very much. I'll see you all on the next live stream. All right, everyone. Peace.